Hello. Hope you've had a good week. We're back with our knock knock jokes, our nursery rhyme, and our fairy tale. I hope that you enjoyed the last one that you looked at. I have my cardinal. Remember, our logo is a cardinal. And this cardinal, my grandkids got it for me. Jada's kids, Ashton, Taylor, and Jordan. So, Ronnie made the logo for us. So if you look for Mrs. Mona's stories, you'll see the cardinal logo on it. And it will be on YouTube. We're going to begin. Ronnie is my spokesman. She's going to answer when I say knock knock, and then she's going to help me with the nursery rhyme also. All right, Ronnie, you ready?
I am.
Okay. Knock knock.
Who's there?
Be
Who?
because I like you, I came to visit. Knock knock.
Who's there?
Beth.
Beth who?
I didn't sneeze. That was corny, wasn't it? You know, bless you. That was corny, wasn't it? Okay. You want to do it again? Let's see if we can get it right. Okay. Knock knock.
Who's there?
Beth.
Beth who?
Beth, I didn't sneeze. I even messed that one up too. So okay. We'll go on. Knock knock.
Who's there?
Betty.
Betty who?
I Betty don't know who this is. Yeah, this is a good one. Okay. Knock knock.
Who's there?
Betty B. Bell Grace.
Betty B. Bell Grace who?
Seriously, how many Betty B. Bell Graces do you know? Knock knock.
Who's there?
Brett.
Brett who?
Brett, you don't know who this is. Knock knock.
Who's there?
Candace.
Candace who?
Candace be the truth.
Maybe.
Knock knock.
Who's there?
Carlotta.
Carlotta who?
Carlotta's a lot of trouble when it breaks down. Or car's a lot of trouble when it breaks down. That's what it is. Okay. As I said, knock knock jokes are corny, but we do get a laugh out of them, especially when Miss Mona messes up, right? Okay, we will go on to Jack and Jill. We're going to do, and I know you know it. I know you know Jack and Jill. Well, let's say it. I'll say it, and then Ronnie's going to say it with me. Jack and Jill went up the hill to fetch a pail of water. Jack fell down and broke his crown, and Jill came tumbling after. Oh my. What's a crown? Ronnie, you know?
What a king wears.
Yeah. But what's Jack talking about? He broke his head. Ah, okay. All right, let's see. And look at the water. And there's even a frog, kids. Look at that. All right. Look at the hill. It's high. Look at that. And all those animals going up there. Wow. Okay. Now, are you ready? All right. We'll say it. Jack and Jill went up the hill to fetch a pail of water. Jack fell down and broke his crown, and Jill came tumbling after. Okay. All right. It's a cute little nursery rhyme. Now, I don't know if you know this one or not, but some of you do, I'm sure. Some of you have heard it before. But the name of it is Rapunzel. Now, I'm going to show you Rapunzel. What's happening here. There's the wicked witch. There's the little baby. Let's see what happened. Let's see why Why is this story named Rapunzel? Once upon a time, a young couple lived in a cottage beside a stone wall. They were very poor, but very happy because the woman was expecting a baby. On the other side of the wall lived an old witch. The witch grew many herbs and vegetables in her garden, but she kept them all for herself. One day the couple had only a few potatoes to eat for their supper. They thought of the wonderful vegetable patch on the other side of the wall. It was full of delicious-looking carrots, cabbage, and tomatoes. Surely it wouldn't matter if we took just a few vegetables, said the wife, gazing longingly over the wall. We could make such a good soup, agreed her husband. So the young man quickly climbed over the wall and started to fill his basket with vegetables. And look who showed up. Suddenly he heard an angry voice. How dare you steal my vegetables? It was the witch. Please don't hurt me, begged the young man. My wife is going to have a baby soon. You may keep the vegetables and your life, she croaked. But you must give me the baby when it is born. Terrified, the man had to agree. Months later, the woman gave birth to a little girl. Immediately, the witch arrived and grabbed the child. Though the parents begged and cried, the cruel witch took the baby and she named her Rapunzel. Years passed and Rapunzel grew up to be kind and beautiful. And you wonder how she could do that with having raised her this wicked, wicked witch. The witch was so afraid of losing her that she built a tall tower with no doors and only one window. That's not all she did. She planted thorn bushes all around it, and then she locked Rapunzel in the tower and never let her see anyone else. Each day, Rapunzel brushed and combed her long golden locks. And each day, the witch came to visit, standing at the foot of the tower and calling out, Rapunzel, Rapunzel, let down your hair. And Rapunzel swung her hair out of the window, and the witch climbed up it to sit and talk with her. But Rapunzel was very lonely. She longed to leave the tower and to make friends of her own age. Each day, she sat at the window and sang sadly. One day, a young prince rode by and heard beautiful singing coming from the witch's garden. He hid behind the thorn bush, hoping to see the singer, but instead, he saw the witch. He watched as she stood below the tower and called out, Rapunzel, Rapunzel, let down your hair. The prince saw the cascade of golden hair fall from the window, and he watched the witch climb up. He waited until the witch climbed back down the hair and returned to her house. Rapunzel began her song again, enchanted by Rapunzel's lovely voice. The prince climbed over the wall and crept to the tower. "Rapunzel, Rapunzel, let down your hair," he called softly. Rapunzel let down her locks and the prince climbed up it. Poor Rapunzel was terribly afraid. She had never seen anyone except the witch before. When the prince explained that he only wanted to be her friend, Rapunzel was delighted. From then on, the prince came to visit her every day, and each time he carefully waited until after the witch's visit before calling to Rapunzel to let down her hair. Months passed, and Rapunzel and the prince fell in love. "How can we be together?" Rapunzel cried. "The witch will never let me go." The prince had an idea. He brought silk, which Rapunzel knotted together to make a ladder so that she could escape from the tower. One day, without thinking, Rapunzel remarked to the witch, "It's much harder to pull you up than the prince." Oh, wow. The witch was furious. "Prince!" she shouted. "What prince?" The witch grabbed Rapunzel's long hair and cut it off. And then she used her magic to send Rapunzel far into the forest. The girl made her home among the animals and birds and sang sadly as she collected fruit and berries to eat. Soon the prince came to the tower and called, "Rapunzel, Rapunzel, let down your hair." The witch helped the golden hair out of the window, and the prince climbed up and up into the tower. But instead of Rapunzel, he came face to face with the ugly old witch. "You!" screamed the witch. "You dare to visit Rapunzel. You will never see her again." And she pushed the prince back out of the window. He fell down and down right into the thorn bush below. The sharp spikes scratched the prince's eyes and blinded him. Weeping, he stumbled away. After months of wandering, blind and lost, the prince heard beautiful, sad singing floating through the woods. He recognized Rapunzel's voice and immediately called out to her. Rapunzel ran to the prince and held him in her arms. "At last I've found you," she said, and cried with happiness. As her tears fell onto his hurt eyes, the wounds healed, and the prince could see again. "My love," he said, and kissed Rapunzel. Rapunzel had never been so happy. She and the prince were soon married, and Rapunzel's parents came to the wedding. Rapunzel and the prince lived happily ever after in a grand castle far away from the old witch and her empty tower. Isn't that a good story? That's what we call a love story. Okay? Now, we're going to end with one last knock-knock joke. Okay? Our knock-knock joke is... Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Alma.
Alma who?
All my knock-knock jokes are really funny.
Yes, they are.
Thank you, Ronnie.
You're welcome.
I hope you have a good day. We've had a good time today, even all these bleepers that we've done and mistakes, but I hope you've had fun. I hope you've laughed, because laughing is the best medicine that you can have. Remember, I love you. A little extra here. If you like this story, there's a little like button. If you'll push it that you like it and subscribe to my channel, I'll appreciate it and I'll know that you did like it.